everyone.
Hi, this is Dr. Jorge Blay, and this is Horticultural Science Hort 101. I'm taking samples for identification using one of the very many apps we have, and then we'll talk more about the structure of flowers. Okay, so I have these hibiscus. They're often called Rose of Sharon, and that would be one common name. And we have some ants here. We don't want to identify the ants, so you get your favorite plant identification app, and in this particular case, I will tap to, or I will tap to identify, take a photo, and by the way, I am using LeafSnap. There are many others. On my last count, there were close to 20. So I'm going to take a good photo, very beautiful one, I hope. And then it's asking me if I want to retry or if I want to okay, and it's okay. Do I want to identify using the leaf or the flower? Guess which one? The flower, because that's what I just photographed, right? And here we go. We press on flower. The machine is actually thinking, and let's see if it gives us the answer that we think it is. And it often gives us, wants us to pay, etc. Do not pay, do not download anything that is not free and that doesn't give you infinite capabilities to explore and identify. So it's telling us that this is Rose of Sharon. It makes sense because that's, I think, what it is. And not only that, it gives us the scientific name. I'm going to try to see if the camera can actually see it. Hopefully. Okay. So, what do I want you to do? First of all, find out the common name. And common names vary. There are a million of them, or with different countries, different times, etc. So you have a lot of flexibility there. Now, second thing, the name, the scientific name, in this case is Hibiscus syriacus, like the country of Syria. And then the authority. What does that mean? Who described it, right? And where can you get it? There is an excellent site besides Wikipedia called Tropicos, Tropicos.org, tropicos.org. All you have to do is type the scientific name, Hibiscus syriacus, in the search bar and find it. And in this case, it was described by Linnaeus in 1753. And then the other thing I want you to do is to give me the family. And the family, super easy. LeafSnap has it, Wikipedia has it, Tropicos has it, etc. It's the family Malvaceae. So I'm going to show you how I would render the answers to those. I'm very sorry that the 1753 was a little bit crammed, but otherwise I think it's okay. Now, what else? So that's for finding names, etc. Now let's talk a little bit about the flower. So for that, we need to get an example of the flower. Okay. So this is a simple flower in contrast to a compound flower. In a compound flower, you have many other flowers around it, and it's very common in this other family. Is the way this other family is put together. This is the daisy family, the family Compositae, like this one. All of those little things here and all of these little brown things are little flowers called florets. The ones at the borders have little petals and one big petal. Okay, so these are all inflorescences, very compressed, that make it look superficially like a flower. But this is an inflorescence or cluster of flowers. These are inflorescences all of this cluster here from this snapdragon. This is an inflorescence. Okay, so an inflorescence is a cluster of flowers, and each individual unit is a flower. So now let's go into the actual flower. I don't like to break flowers because they are so pretty. This one doesn't smell. Bumblebees love them. So the first thing we have to learn are the parts of the flower. We have 4 parts in complete flowers. So complete flowers have 4 parts. This thing here, each of these leaf-like objects is called a sepal, S-E-P-A-L. Together, they form the calyx. The second one, each of these are obviously called the petals. And together, they are called the corolla. Okay? We are going from the outside to the inside. Next, and this is an exceptional example, next come the male parts. Collectively, the male parts are called androecium. One of the parts is the stamen. The word androecious is A-N-D-R-O-E-C-I-U-M. And where are they? Each of these little things here. And then the tube in the center, that is one, in this case, the female parts. And the female part is called the gynoecium, like G-Y-N-O-E-C-I-U-M, gynoecium. Okay, and this top part here is the stigma. So the pollen goes from the end part of the males, from the anthers to the pistil, either of the same flower or most commonly of another flower. Okay, so this is a simple flower. Now, what else can we observe here? Well, the flower, imagine this is a cake. The flower can be cut in any angle from this direction. So this is called radial symmetry. Radial, in contrast to these snapdragons that are bilaterally symmetrical, like our faces. If we can only cut them, let's see if we can get this right, this way, and have 2 equal halves. Here, this would be radial symmetry. Okay, what else? This flower has the 4 parts: sepals, petals, male, female. So this is a complete flower. It also has both males and female. That is a perfect flower. Okay? A perfect flower doesn't have to be complete, but a complete flower must be perfect by definition. Okay? Now, what else? I don't think this is explained in the book, but it's very important to understand how are plants put together. Look, these sepals here are fused. This sepal to the next one, etc. When equal things are fused, the word that's used is connate. These sepals are connate with each other. C-O-N-N-A-T-E. Now, the petals are separated, right? So they are not connate. Now, look at this. The males are attached to the females, right? Let's use a knife here. Males, a bunch of them are attached to the female. Because males and female are different, we call this type of junction adnation. So we say that the males, or the androecia, is the plural, are of adnation is the fusion of different parts. So these are the male parts. This is the female part, only one. Males are fused to the female. This phenomenon is known as adnation. Any questions? So the last thing I would like you to do, besides, of course, for the homework, make sure to take one or two beautiful images of the outside. Just choose the best one, of course, and label every part. Of course, do not use Rose of Sharon. I'm explaining it here. Use a big flower to make it easy. So I want you to, with a kitchen knife, or be careful whatever instrument you use, cut it in half and then show me, put labels on the different parts, especially the female. So of course sepal petals, female, male. But look what we have done here. How fascinating. Let's take a look at that. Wow, this is the ovary, just like in animals, just like in women. Okay, so try to find as many parts of the male and female. Generally the males are very little, but you look in the book, you will find names for all of that. And if you make a dissection, you will be able to find the names and the what do each of those parts do. Thank you, and I hope to see each other in class. And as always, send me an email if you have questions. Thank you. Bye bye.